This is not a coincidence. Heaven appointed this very moment to speak your name. You may have thought you stumbled here by accident, but in the unseen realm, there are no accidents, only alignments, only orchestrations. Archangel Michael says, this is a divine interruption, a message meant for you before it's too late. Something sacred is unfolding, and you've been summoned to hear it. That pressure in your chest, that strange stillness in the atmosphere around you, that shift in your emotions lately. Those unexplainable moments of calm, followed by waves of tears, those were whispers. Not from fear, but from heaven. Heaven has been trying to get your attention, not to punish you, not to confuse you, but to protect you. There is a secret being revealed in this very hour. A secret about your healing, a secret about your divine covering. And heaven says you needed to hear it before tomorrow. You have not been forgotten. You have been targeted by heaven, by the God who formed you, by the angels who have been surrounding you even when you felt alone. The shaking you felt lately, the internal unrest, it was never chaos. It was spiritual positioning. The strange dreams, the quiet tears no one saw. The sense that something is shifting even though nothing on the outside has changed. That was confirmation. Confirmation that heaven's timing was converging upon your name. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." You have not been overlooked. You were appointed. And tonight, your name is echoing through heaven's court. The scroll of your purpose is being opened. The seal that covered this message is being broken. Not because you demanded it, but because God decided it was time. Archangel Michael says, you've reached a divine checkpoint. This is not information. This is activation. This message isn't casual. It's a delivery from the throne room, and I need you to hear it with your spirit. More than your mind. Your healing is not just about your body. It's not just about your emotions. It's about your timeline, your trajectory, your divine assignment. God has seen the battles you didn't speak of, the nights you cried silently so no one would worry, the days you smiled while feeling shattered inside. Every silent ache was recorded. Every tear was gathered. Every moment you wondered, did God forget me? Heaven responded by writing your name on the day of this message. And now the whisper becomes a roar. You've entered a divine appointment. And Archangel Michael has stepped forward to deliver what has been held for this exact moment. Don't take this lightly. Don't scroll past this moment. Stay here. Because heaven is not done speaking. There's a presence entering your atmosphere even now. A weight that feels holy. A calm that almost makes you cry even though you don't know why. That is the evidence that you are not meant to miss this. That you are not just surviving. You are being positioned. I speak now over you. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are seen. You are covered. You are chosen. In the spirit realm, there are meetings taking place. And your name has been mentioned. Not for judgment, but for release. Release of what was held up. Release of what was delayed. Release of what was buried under doubt, fear, or confusion. The divine realm is moving. The wind of God is swirling around you. And healing is entering through cracks you thought were too deep to repair. Archangel Michael stands as witness sword, drawn light radiating. He is here to guard this word and seal it over your life. I declare the delay is over. The whispers are turning into clarity. The shift is not coming. It has already begun. If you feel a stirring in your body right now, a warmth, a calm, even a tear rising, know that it's not emotion, it's heaven. touching earth. Through you. Say this out loud if you can, or whisper it softly. I receive my divine healing. I receive my protection. I receive the whisper that was meant only for me. Let the Spirit of God wash over you. Let the presence of heaven breathe peace into your lungs again. You've been suffocating in silence long enough. Now exhale. The fight is no longer yours. Heaven has stepped in. You are covered. Not tomorrow. Now. This is the beginning of a new unfolding. And heaven says, don't rush it. Stay here. Because this message is not entertainment. It's a rescue. A rescue from fear. A rescue from delay. A rescue from forgetting who you really are. My beloved child, your name is still written. Your path is still blessed. And your life is still marked for glory. Let this be your moment of surrender. Let this be your moment of trust. Breathe deeply and rest in these final words. You are not forgotten. You were chosen to hear this, and this whisper was always meant to find you. Stay with me, because what comes next will show you why heaven moved everything to make sure this message reached you. We continue in the next part. But for now, just receive. If you believe Archangel Michael is guarding you tonight, type "protected" in the comments as your declaration of faith and covering. There were traps that never reached you, because Archangel Michael blocked them in silence. You didn't see them. You didn't feel the battle. You just knew something didn't sit right. A relationship ended. An opportunity vanished. A door that looked perfect suddenly slammed shut. And you thought it was rejection. You thought maybe God wasn't listening. But heaven was answering you the whole time, just in a language of protection. Archangel Michael speaks now and says, you were not denied. You were defended. Some of the biggest victories in your life didn't look like celebration. They looked like silence. They looked like unanswered prayers. They looked like lonely nights and confusing delays. But in the spirit realm, there was war. And you didn't even know it. There were conversations planned behind your back. Connections that looked divine but carried poison. Opportunities that sparkled on the surface but hid sabotage underneath. And heaven said no. Psalm 121:7 says, the Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. Let that settle in your heart. All harm. Not some. Not most. All. You have no idea how many situations were rerouted to protect your calling. People you thought you lost, heaven removed them to preserve your alignment. Jobs that slipped through your hands, they would have trapped your spirit. That message that never came, it would have shifted your path the wrong direction. The rejection you grieved over was actually a rescue. What if I told you your greatest season of spiritual warfare was also your greatest season of divine defense? That while you slept, there were swords drawn in the spirit, and you were surrounded. Archangel Michael, heaven's warrior and defender of the chosen, stood watch over your soul. When you wept, he guarded. When you doubted, he deflected. When you almost walked into destruction, he rerouted your steps. That gut feeling you had, that intuition not to respond to that message, that tension when entering a room, that was not just you. That was the nudge of the Spirit, a whisper from heaven, saying, not here, not this, not now. There was someone who smiled at you but meant you harm, and heaven shut that door. There was a moment where one wrong decision would have altered your whole timeline, and heaven whispered no, and yet you asked, why didn't it work out? Why was I left out? Why did they disappear without a reason? Because heaven doesn't owe you an explanation for protection. Sometimes silence is the shield. You are here today, not because everything went right, but because heaven didn't let everything go wrong. You survived not just what you saw, but what you never knew was coming. There were spiritual snares set with your name on them. But they missed. Because Archangel Michael stood between you and the enemy's plan. I declare this over you. The trap didn't work. The attack didn't land. The delay was divine, and your calling remains intact. You are not late. You are not cursed. You are not broken. You are preserved. This message is your spiritual report card. Evidence that even when you felt abandoned, you were surrounded. Heaven has kept detailed records, not of your failures, but of your faith. And the Lord says, I watched over your life, even when you didn't know what I was shielding you from. Some of the most painful chapters of your life were actually heavenly edits. You were about to be written into someone else's chaos, and heaven erased it. You were about to connect with someone who didn't carry your frequency, and heaven severed the tie. You were about to chase an opportunity that looked good but carried hidden grief. And heaven whispered, trust me, not this one. And here you are, still standing, still breathing, still protected. You may not have known what heaven blocked, but you do know the peace you feel right now. That's your confirmation. Archangel Michael has been circling your name with light. He's been redirecting outcomes you didn't know were dangerous. He's been assigned to your life for such a time as this. You are not walking blindly. You are walking guarded. Even now, some things are being rerouted again. Certain names will fade from your life quietly. Certain doors will stay locked no matter how much you knock. But now you'll understand why. Because what looks like rejection is sometimes the sound of chains being broken before they even form. Say this with me, I receive heaven's protection. Even when I don't understand, I trust the rerouting. Thank you, God, for what didn't happen. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for every invisible battle you fought. Let those words rest on your tongue. Let them echo in your home tonight. You don't need to force what heaven already blocked. And you don't need to chase what God removed. Every unanswered prayer was heard. Every delay was recorded. Every redirection was sacred. The trap didn't catch you. The storm didn't destroy you. The loss didn't break you. And the silence didn't kill your purpose. Because you were never unprotected. You were simply unaware of the war fought on your behalf. Tonight, breathe deeply and rest in the covering that's always been there. Heaven's hand has not lifted. The protection is still active. And your path is still anointed. You are not behind. You are shielded. And as we step into the next part, you'll begin to see what that protection made room for. Stay close. What comes next will heal what tried to destroy you. The greatest war has not been around you. It has been inside your mind. You've felt it, haven't you? That quiet storm that no one else sees. The mental exhaustion, the inner noise, the battle between hope and heaviness. It didn't start overnight. And it wasn't random. Archangel Michael says, the enemy knew he couldn't touch your calling, so he went after the way you think. Because if he could disturb your peace, he could distract your path. If he could fracture your focus, he could delay your healing. If he could inject just enough fear, he could weaken your authority. And that's what he tried. Not with loud attacks, but with subtle whispers. Small thoughts, seemingly harmless, that began to spiral. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe God forgot me. Maybe this is just how life will be now. But beloved, heaven reveals the truth. Those were not your thoughts. They were intrusions, implants sent to confuse your spirit. And now that cycle is being broken. The word says in 2 Corinthians 10:5, we demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. This is your moment to take back what was never meant to live in your mind. You are not the voice of anxiety. You are not the echo of fear. You are not the product of that spiral. You are the child of a God who heals in layers, mind, body, and soul. Somewhere in your journey, a seed was planted. One painful event, one careless word, one broken season that whispered, "You're too damaged to be whole again." And that whisper took root. Archangel Michael reveals that was the moment the attack began. Not when you lost the job, not when the relationship ended, not when the sickness appeared, but the moment your mind agreed with the lie. That's when the war started. And now heaven is here to end it. You have lived with thoughts that were never meant to belong to you. You've carried beliefs that didn't come from heaven. You've replayed memories that were never supposed to be your identity. But today, in the light of God's truth, they are being cast down. This is not just encouragement. This is intervention. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. Piece by piece, thought by thought, day by day. God is not waiting for you to have it all together. He is meeting you inside the mess. Right here, right now. In the middle of the mental fog, He's placing His hand on your head and whispering peace into your mind. Let that sink in. You are not going crazy. You are going through deliverance. You are not failing. You are being reformed in silence. You were never weak. You were overloaded. And heaven is lifting the weight now. If you feel the tears rise, let them come. This is not emotional breakdown. This is spiritual cleansing. Say this with me: I take back my thoughts. I cast down every lie that God did not plant. I reclaim my peace. I declare, my mind is a garden of healing, not a battlefield of fear. Speak it again. Because your voice carries authority, not just in this realm, but in the spirit realm too. Every thought of failure, broken. Every thought of fear, cast down. Every loop of doubt, disarmed. Every memory used as a weapon, healed. This is the hour heaven repairs the part of you that smiled on the outside, but was screaming inside. The part that tried to pray, but couldn't concentrate. The part that felt numb even during worship. Archangel Michael says, your mind is not a battlefield anymore. It's a temple. And we are cleansing it now. Can you feel the silence in the atmosphere? It's not emptiness. It's the stillness that comes when the storm ends. The sound in your spirit is returning. Not chaos, not confusion. Clarity, calm, wholeness. You are being rewired by grace. You won't think the way you used to. You won't wake up heavy for no reason. You won't spiral at the slightest disruption. Because heaven is rewiring the way your thoughts process the world. You've been walking through internal warfare, but you are stepping into divine restoration. And yes, you'll still have moments of stress. But now you'll have a shield. You'll recognize the lie. You'll rebuke the fear. You'll take every thought captive before it takes you captive. You are not the anxious person. You are not the broken one. You are not the one barely holding on. You are the one heaven fought for. You are the one Jesus whispers over at night. You are the one whose mind is now coming into peace. Say this once more: I take every thought captive. My mind belongs to God. I am protected. I am healing. I am being restored. Take a deep breath now. The war is not over, but it's no longer winning. You are stepping into clarity. You are stepping into spiritual control. You are stepping into a mind that can receive joy again. And as we continue, you'll see how this healing of your mind unlocks the next layer of your protection. Because when your thoughts align with heaven, your life follows. Stay with me. The next part will show you the injury heaven saw that no one else ever could. Some wounds weren't visible, but they still bled in your spirit. You walked through seasons carrying pain that no one could see. You smiled. You functioned. You kept moving. But underneath it all, there was something broken. Not your bones, not your body, but your soul. Archangel Michael speaks now and says, there is a cry that heaven never forgot. It wasn't loud. It wasn't public. It was quiet. It was buried deep in a moment, a memory, a wound you never got to explain. And tonight, heaven has come for it. There's a reason you've been feeling so tender lately. Why memories you thought were behind you suddenly resurfaced. Why emotions have come in waves without warning. It's not regression, it's recognition. Heaven is recognizing the places you've tried to hide, not to expose you, but to heal you. Jeremiah 17:14 says, "Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved. For you are the one I praise." This is that moment. Healing has found you. You didn't miss your chance. You're not too late. You're not too damaged. There's a sacred hand reaching into that part of your heart you stopped talking about. The part where the betrayal was too painful to retell. The part where the abandonment left you questioning your worth. The part where the loss was so deep, you buried your grief with it. Heaven says we saw it. We recorded every tear. We felt the weight, and we are lifting it now. This is not about reliving the past. This is about releasing what never belonged to your future. You are allowed to release it. The shame, the pressure, the memory that froze your joy, the echo of someone's words that made you feel small, the moment that shifted how you saw yourself. Archangel Michael reveals, there was a moment years ago, one you forgot but heaven did not. It was the moment your trust cracked. The moment you stopped believing that healing was possible. The moment you silently decided to just live with the ache. But you were never meant to carry that pain forever. It was never yours to manage alone. And now heaven is touching it with light. The emotional bruises are being seen. The spiritual injury is being treated. And the memory is being rewritten. Yes, rewritten. Because heaven doesn't erase your story. It redeems it. You'll still remember what happened. But it won't sting the same. You'll still recall the season. But it won't define you anymore. That's what healing does. It doesn't erase. It restores. Tonight, I speak healing into the places you stopped speaking about. I declare peace over the moments that once played on repeat in your mind. I command the voice of old pain to go silent under the authority of God's love. You have been faithful to carry it, but now you are free to let it go. Say this with me, heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. Tonight I surrender what I can no longer hold. I receive heaven's touch on my deepest wound. I am not broken. I am being restored. Let your heart feel that. Let your shoulders relax. Let the pressure drain from your chest. You are not weak for remembering. You are brave for surviving. And now you are being rebuilt, brick by brick, layer by layer, tear by tear. Heaven is rebuilding your joy. Heaven is repairing your trust. Heaven is softening the hard places that formed as a defense. You don't have to guard yourself from God. He is not coming to scold you. He is coming to soothe you. You are not the sum of what happened to you. You are the proof that healing is real. You're allowed to be whole again. You're allowed to laugh without guilt. You're allowed to move forward without apology. What they did is not your identity. What you lost is not the end of your story. And what you've held in silence is being treated now by the hands of heaven. Archangel Michael stands beside you, even now. His sword is lowered not because the war is over, but because the wound is being healed. There is peace filling the room where you are. A warm quiet, a sacred stillness. That's not coincidence. It's confirmation. God has entered the injury, and what once felt hidden is now being held. Say this softly, I don't have to carry it anymore. Heaven has taken it, and I am healing. You may feel tears. You may feel numb. You may feel a sudden calm or warmth across your chest. Whatever you feel, let it come. Healing rarely makes a scene. It often comes wrapped in stillness. Right now, your name is being whispered in heaven's sanctuary. The angels are marking this moment as a turning point in your inner life. You will not wake up tomorrow with the same weight. You will not carry the same ache into your next chapter. Because healing is not delayed, it's activated now. This is what God does. He walks into the locked rooms of your heart and breathes peace into places no one else can reach. And this is what Archangel Michael guards, not just your path, but your inner sanctuary, the part of you that no one saw bleeding. But heaven always did. So rest, not because it's over, but because the healing has begun. You are safe now. You are seen now. And what comes next is a rebuilding you never imagined possible. Stay here, because the next part will reveal just how much heaven still has written with your name on it. Heaven never erased you, even when life made you feel discarded. You've had moments where you wondered if you missed it. If the delay meant denial. If the silence meant disqualification. If your mistakes disqualified you from being chosen. But Archangel Michael speaks now and says your name is still on the scroll. It was never removed. It was never lost. It was never forgotten. You may have walked away from purpose, but purpose never walked away from you. Heaven never changed its mind about you. Even when people did. Even when you doubted. Even when you felt like you had nothing left to offer. There's a scroll in the heavenly courts, and your name is written on it in light. Your assignment, your calling, your divine identity, they're not expired. They're preserved. The time wasn't canceled. It was retimed. God didn't reject you. He rerouted you. Because what you thought was failure was actually formation. What you thought was delay was actually preparation. Isaiah 49:16 says, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me. Engraved, not penciled in, not temporary. Engraved. Your name is not on a post-it note in heaven. It's carved into eternity. You are not forgotten. You are fixed in divine memory. God's memory is not like man's. He doesn't forget what he promises. He doesn't misplace your purpose. He doesn't overlook the ones who feel invisible. You were not skipped. You were sealed. Archangel Michael reveals this. There was a season where you felt spiritually silent, where it felt like your prayers echoed back empty, where the assignment on your life felt far away, buried under fatigue, disappointment, and real-life survival. But heaven kept the scroll intact. Not one word was scratched out. Not one chapter was deleted, because you were always going to return to this moment, this divine reactivation. This isn't your restart. It's your resumption. What God placed in you has not expired. It's waking up. And even now, the atmosphere around your name is being cleared. That confusion, it's lifting. That heaviness, it's dissolving. That self-doubt, it's being broken off your spirit. God is removing the fog. He's erasing the residue of failure. He's stripping away the lies that told you it was too late. It is not too late. Say that aloud with me, it's not too late. My name is still written. Heaven has not changed its mind about me. There's power in those words, because they carry truth, and truth restores identity. You are not disqualified. You are called again. And this time, you are coming back stronger, wiser, softer in the right ways, sharper in the spirit, anchored in truth. This time, you're not chasing purpose. You're flowing in it, because heaven already prepared the stage. Archangel Michael confirms the scroll has been unsealed. The angels have gathered, and the next chapter is being read over your life, even now. You may feel something right now, a stirring in your chest, a pressure in your heart, a sudden clarity in your thoughts. That's not imagination. That's alignment. That's your soul recognizing its assignment again. You don't need a new prophecy. You need to remember what heaven already wrote. The promise didn't change. The timeline did. And now you've matured into the moment that was waiting for you. You are walking back into a story that never closed, only paused. So breathe. You are not behind. You are right on time. Let these words settle into you. I reclaim the assignment over my life. I receive the restoration of my purpose. I say yes again to what God has written. My name is still on the scroll. There is something holy happening around you now. A soft fire, a gentle clarity, a peace you can't explain. That's heaven whispering, we remember you. And more than that, we never forgot. What others overlooked, heaven recorded. What others deemed insignificant, heaven declared sacred. And what you thought was over is just beginning again. Archangel Michael has been guarding this moment, waiting for the exact time when your spirit would be ready to hear it. This is that time. He's standing over you now, not with judgment, but with joy. Because you didn't quit, even when you almost did. You didn't let go completely, even when you felt empty. And because of that, the scroll with your name on it is being declared active again. You don't have to earn your way back. You were always held in place. Tonight I speak over you with the full authority of heaven. Your name is being spoken again. Your purpose is rising again. Your scroll is unrolling again. Your story is restarting again. And this time, you won't carry shame. You'll carry strength. Say this now, heaven has remembered me. And I say yes to the next chapter. Let those words rest in your home tonight. Speak them as you sleep. Whisper them when doubt returns. Declare them when fear tries to rise. Because this moment is not about what you've done. It's about who you still are. You are written. You are chosen. You are sealed. Stay with me. Because what comes next is the moment the shift begins in real time. Everything you've been praying for is already in motion. You're standing in the shift. You may not see it yet, but your spirit feels it. That quiet sense that something is different. The air around you feels more still, more holy. Time feels slower. Your breath feels deeper. Your soul is listening more than ever. That's not imagination. That's alignment. Archangel Michael speaks now and says, Heaven's divine clock has struck your name. There are moments in the spirit when time bends, when prayers that seem delayed suddenly activate. When heaven releases what it has been holding, not because you begged louder, but because the moment arrived. This is that moment. The shift has already started, not in the headlines, not in the outer world, but deep within you. Heaven's activity begins first in the invisible, and then suddenly it touches the visible. Habakkuk 2:3 says, Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. You've waited, you've endured, you've held on in silence. And now the atmosphere is thick with movement. You will begin to feel it before you see it. You'll notice small signs, subtle changes, a flicker of light when no one else is around. a strange warmth in the center of your chest, a calm that comes out of nowhere, a dream that feels more vivid than anything you've experienced, a conversation that confirms exactly what your spirit has been sensing. These are not coincidences. They are heavenly indicators. Heaven's fingerprint is gentle, but unmistakable. Archangel Michael says, the divine system has already been activated around your life. Your name has moved to the top of the scroll. Angels are in motion. You're not waiting anymore. You're walking into it. You'll soon realize that what once resisted you now flows freely. That what once felt blocked now feels open. That what once felt distant now feels near. This is the moment everything begins to shift. The atmosphere around you has changed. The resistance has broken. And the flow of healing and protection is being poured over your timeline. Right now, heaven is rethreading the story of your life with golden strands of redemption. You'll start to notice it in waves. The person you haven't heard from in years suddenly reaching out. The opportunity that felt dead opening quietly. A moment of peace so overwhelming, it brings you to tears. That's heaven confirming you're in the shift. Say this aloud: I receive the divine shift. I align with what heaven is releasing over me. I trust that what I prayed for is already in motion. These words matter, because this moment is not passive. It is prophetic. It requires your agreement. So take a moment now and declare in the comments, I receive my healing and protection. Let your voice align with the sound of heaven. Let your words activate your faith. Let your declaration mark this moment in time. And if this message resonates with you, subscribe and stay under this covering, not just for a video, but for the divine rhythm that's begun flowing through your life. This space is not ordinary. It's a sanctuary, a place where heaven visits and confirms. Archangel Michael says, you'll know the shift has begun because peace will begin to show up before evidence. You'll feel it in your spirit before you see it with your eyes. Don't ignore the signs. They will appear softly. A number repeating on a clock. A sudden light flicker. A song lyric that stops you mid-step. A dream that lingers after waking. A stranger saying something that echoes a secret prayer. Pay attention. Stay open, because the signs are gentle but divine. And when they come, don't dismiss them. Say, that was for me. Heaven is speaking, and I receive. Right now, the winds have shifted. Right now, divine momentum is gathering. Right now, the spiritual climate around your name is being changed. The breakthrough is not ahead of you. It's already here. And the only thing left to do is stay in alignment with the flow. No striving, no forcing, no chasing, just trust. Rest and respond. Because everything you've been praying for is already arriving. You'll feel it before it's confirmed. You'll walk in it before it's explained. You'll rejoice before the world understands why. And that's what makes it holy. Say this now: I trust the signs. I receive the shift. I declare this is my moment of divine alignment. Archangel Michael is circling your space even now, not to warn, but to watch, to make sure what's been released over you reaches its destination. The divine timeline has started to move around your name. You are not waiting for breakthrough. You are standing in it. And what happens next will feel like answers chasing you. Stay open. Stay soft. Stay aware. The shift is here, and you didn't miss it. Stay with me, because in the next part, you'll begin to see how this blessing doesn't just touch you, it covers your entire home. Heaven did not just visit you, it covered your entire household. This moment isn't just about your healing. It's about the atmosphere around you, the people connected to you, the very walls that have held your tears, your prayers, and your memories. Archangel Michael says, the release is not limited. The healing is not isolated. The blessing has extended beyond your body into your home. The covering is generational. It's atmospheric, it's spiritual, physical, emotional, and relational. Because when heaven touches one person, it flows outward like ripples in water. That's what's happening now. A shift in the unseen around your children, your marriage, your parents, your friendships, even the objects and rooms in your home. Psalm 91:10 says, no harm will overtake you. No disaster will come near your tent, your dwelling place, the space you live in, the space you rest in, the space your family gathers in. God's promise of protection isn't just over your soul, it's over your space. The healing that was activated in you is now flowing like oil into every corner of your household. There are rooms in your home that have carried heaviness, a tension in the air, arguments, confusion, sleeplessness, anxiety. But tonight, that shifts. Because where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is not just liberty. There is peace. Archangel Michael confirms the healing anointing released over your life has now wrapped around your home like a mantle. There will be moments in the coming days where the air in your home suddenly feels warmer, softer, where silence feels sacred, not empty, where you sense something has changed without any visible signs. That's not your imagination. That's heaven, filling the spaces that once carried strain. God is restoring your house to be what it was always meant to be, a sanctuary. No more chaos in the atmosphere, no more fear in the bedrooms, no more tension in the kitchen, no more dread when you walk in the door. Peace is now the ruling spirit of your home. Say this with me: peace be upon my household. Let no harm come near my dwelling. Every room in this home is now covered by God. Let that declaration echo through your walls tonight. Say it softly. Say it aloud, but say it with authority. Because your voice has the power to shift your environment. There is a reason your home has felt unsettled at times. The enemy wanted to contaminate the space where you were meant to rest. He wanted to introduce fear where joy should live, disconnection where love should grow. But heaven is reclaiming the atmosphere. The same presence that visits you in prayer is now saturating your household. Walk through your space tonight with faith. Lay your hands on the walls if you feel led. Stand at the front door and speak this home belongs to the Lord. No harm shall overtake it. No darkness shall dwell in it. Only peace, only light, only healing. That's not superstition. That's spiritual stewardship. Because when you align your household with heaven, you open the door for divine peace to reside. Archangel Michael is not just guarding you, he is guarding your children, your spouse, your family line, your visitors, your lineage. The same sword that defended your mind is now circling your home. The angels have not left. They've expanded their assignment. And now the very rooms where you once cried alone will become spaces where laughter returns, where your children feel safe, where love flows freely, where healing lingers like fragrance in the air. Your house is no longer just a structure. It is now a vessel of peace. Objects in your home may start to feel different. Blankets that once comforted you may now feel holy. Rooms where arguments used to break out may now feel quiet and gentle. Sleep will come easier. Rest will go deeper. That's how you'll know. That's your confirmation. The presence of God didn't stop at your heart. It touched your home. Say this again: I release peace into every room. Every object in this space is now under heaven's covering. No harm will come near this dwelling. My household is protected and it is healed. Heaven's healing moves beyond the individual. It becomes cultural. It becomes environmental. It becomes generational. The patterns of chaos and trauma that may have touched previous generations end with you, because the atmosphere around you has been reset. Don't be surprised if your children sleep more soundly. Don't be surprised if conversations in your home start to feel more honoring. Don't be surprised if visitors mention how peaceful it feels when they step inside. They're not reacting to decor. They're sensing the shift. You've invited heaven in, and heaven said yes. This is your moment to walk in authority over your home, not out of fear, but from a place of protection. Declare it once more. My household is healed. My atmosphere is aligned. My family is safe. This space is now sacred ground. Archangel Michael affirms it. The angels assigned to your life have taken position. You are not just healed, you are covered. You are not just safe, you are shielded. And now, everything connected to you is resting under the canopy of God's hand. Let this bring you peace tonight. Let it slow your breath. Let it soften your spirit. You don't need to strive for safety anymore. You're living in it. And as we step into the next part, you'll see how this peace reaches even deeper into the places where past pain tried to plant curses. But no more. You've been chosen to break them, and you've already begun. Their exit was not your failure, it was heaven's refinement. You've replayed it 100 times in your mind. The goodbye that never made sense. The silence that never got explained. The person you would have done anything for who simply disappeared. It wasn't random. It wasn't punishment. It was providence. Archangel Michael says every person who walked away was part of heaven's reordering. You were not abandoned. You were preserved. You've mistaken subtraction for rejection. But heaven never subtracts to harm you. Heaven refines to reveal you. You were never losing people. You were gaining clarity. Some people were never meant to go where you're going. Some hearts were never designed to carry the weight of your purpose. Some relationships could not survive the elevation that was coming. And so heaven intervened. Quietly. Precisely. Mercifully. They didn't leave because you weren't enough. They left because the next version of your calling required space. It's hard to understand while it's happening. The loneliness feels cruel. The silence feels like punishment. But in the courts of heaven, you were being protected. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that all things work together for good, to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose." All things. Not just the good things, even the goodbyes, even the heartbreaks, even the betrayals. You cried over what you thought you lost. But heaven smiled because it knew you were being positioned. Archangel Michael reveals, the separation was surgical. It was not emotional. It was strategic. Those who left were not your downfall. They were your detox. You asked God for peace. He answered by removing what disturbed it. You asked for growth. He pruned the branches that were stealing your strength. You asked for alignment. He cleared the timeline. And yes, it hurt. Because even necessary endings still ache. Even divine pruning still bleeds. But this pain is holy. Because it is producing something pure. Heaven didn't erase love. It removed distraction. Heaven didn't take away your people. It refined your circle. You've been confusing emptiness with elevation. But this silence is not punishment. It's preparation. The noise had to stop so you could hear God clearly again. The exits had to happen so you could step into wholeness without interruption. The heartbreak had to unfold so you could recognize heaven's hand in what felt like loss. Say this with me. The people who left were not my loss. Heaven refined my path. I release the ones who walked away. I bless them, but I move forward in peace. Let those words cleanse your heart. Let forgiveness flow through you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You've been preserved, not punished. Preserved. The delay that followed their exit wasn't stagnation. It was restoration. God had to rebuild what they fractured. He had to reseal what they mishandled. There was a version of you that trusted too easily, loved too deeply without discernment, believed too quickly without boundaries. That version of you needed refining, and heaven used separation to purify your perception. You are not bitter. You are becoming wise. You are not hardened. You are becoming holy. Archangel Michael says, don't chase what heaven canceled. You are being realigned with divine connection. The next people who enter your life will understand your anointing. They will protect your peace, not compete with it. Let that promise settle over you like calm rain. This season isn't about who left. It's about who's arriving. And some of them will be unexpected. New friends, new allies, new family, people who see you through heaven's lens, people who won't run when things get quiet, people who carry the same light you do. The departure had to happen so the divine arrival could be recognized. You are not alone. You are aligned. Even now, the spiritual network around your name is changing. Your energy field is being cleared. Every tie that drains is being released. Every person assigned for this next chapter is being summoned. You may feel the shift already. A sudden peace, a sense of lightness. That's confirmation. Heaven is reorganizing your life. Not by accident, but by accuracy. Don't try to reopen what heaven closed. If they were meant to stay, they would have heard the call too. And if they were meant to return, heaven will make it clear without your chasing. A reunion now would have delayed your rise. It would have tied you to timelines that no longer serve your growth. The version of you they walked away from is not the same version standing here tonight. You have evolved, you have expanded, you have been refined by fire and found faithful. You are not who you were, and that's why they couldn't stay. Say this again, I am not abandoned. I am aligned. Heaven didn't subtract, it refined. My peace is my proof that God is near. Feel that in your chest. That warmth, that calm, that's heaven's reassurance. The story isn't about who left. It's about what remained. Faith remained. Grace remained. You remained. And now heaven says, you've passed the test. Your heart is ready for pure connections. Your spirit is ready for new assignments. Your home is ready for divine visitors. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your future sword, lowered in peace, guarding what's about to come. You are safe now. You are surrounded by angels, not abandonment. The ache is fading. The heaviness is lifting. The loneliness is transforming into clarity. And as you rest tonight, something will shift inside you. The grief over who left will finally turn into gratitude, because you'll see it clearly their exit wasn't your loss. It was heaven's refinement. Breathe deeply. You're free now. And the path ahead is open. Stay here with me, because what comes next will reveal how heaven breaks the patterns that tried to follow your family line and replaces them with blessings that will never fade. Not every battle was visible, but every chain is breaking tonight. Some of the heaviest weights you've carried weren't born in your own decisions. They were born in silence, in whispers, in generational patterns you didn't choose but still felt, still endured, still questioned. You may have wondered, Why does it feel like I'm pushing through invisible resistance? Why does breakthrough feel delayed, even when I'm doing everything right? Archangel Michael says, because curses were sent, but none of them stuck. There were word curses spoken behind closed doors, jealousy that launched invisible arrows toward your name, assignments of sabotage formed not in confrontation, but in envy, and even family patterns, emotional residue from ancestors who walked through trauma unhealed. But heaven speaks now. Those assignments are being canceled. Those generational cycles are being broken. Those words are being reversed. Isaiah 54:17 says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn." This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. Their vindication is from me, declares the Lord. Let that settle into your spirit. No weapon, no word, no whisper, no curse, none of it will prosper. You may have felt the residue, but tonight, the roots are being cut. Heaven has not only seen what was sent, it has blocked what was meant to harm you. Some of the restlessness in your life was not your fault. It was spiritual interference. But now Archangel Michael stands with sword drawn, cutting through every string of manipulation, every thread of false alignment, every lingering influence of dark intention. The chains you couldn't name are snapping in the unseen. This is not just emotional. It is spiritual justice. Because your lineage matters, and heaven is cleansing it tonight. Every curse of poverty, every inherited fear, every addictive tendency, every emotional instability passed down in silence. It ends now. Your family line is being purified. The patterns stop here. The residue lifts now. You've been carrying weights you were never meant to inherit. But grace has reached your bloodline. Say this aloud: every curse is broken. I am covered in the blood of Jesus. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I condemn every lying tongue that spoke against my name. That is not just a declaration, that is a reversal. Every word spoken to block your promotion, reversed. Every rumor whispered to stain your reputation, reversed. Every jealous assignment sent in secret, exposed and reversed. Archangel Michael reveals, there are names in your spirit you haven't spoken in years, but their words lingered. Their judgment echoed. Their jealousy tried to attach itself to your momentum, but no more. Heaven is severing those echoes. Your name is being washed. Your energy is being cleansed. And the identity that came from pain is being replaced with truth. You are not cursed. You are called. You are not marked for failure. You are sealed for favor. You are not bound to repeat what your parents or grandparents endured. You are the interruption to the pattern. Say this again: I am the bloodline breaker. I am the shift. I am the one heaven chose to end what others survived. Let your heart rise with that truth. You're not fighting ghosts. You're releasing generations into peace. Because when heaven breaks a curse, it doesn't just bless the one standing, it blesses every name connected to them. That means your children, your siblings, your home, even those who came before you who never got to see freedom. Heaven is rewriting your legacy, and Archangel Michael is ensuring the new chapter begins tonight. The old energy, the cycles of delay, discouragement, and shame, it's being cleared. You may even feel it now. A warmth in your body, a pressure lifting from your chest, a sudden calm, a strange lightness. That's deliverance. That's breakthrough. You are stepping into a new spiritual identity, not forged in pain, but refined by fire. You'll start to feel more confident without trying. You'll notice you don't react to old triggers the same way. You'll stop second-guessing your voice. Your presence will carry clarity. Your spirit will walk with strength. And the best part, you won't have to explain it to anyone. They'll feel it. Because you're not just healed, you're free. Declare this with boldness: I walk in freedom. I am not under any curse. I am anointed. I am protected. I am rising in purity and peace. This is what heaven does. It doesn't just heal. It restores what was stolen. It reclaims what was covered in darkness. It rewrites what the enemy tried to rename. Your name was never rejected. Your identity was never less than. Your future was never cursed. That was deception. And now truth has taken its place. Archangel Michael confirms the reversal is complete. The covering is active. The blood of Jesus has spoken a better word over your life. And that word is free. Free to rise. Free to love without fear. Free to be who you were before life broke you. Free to step into what was always meant for you. You will no longer carry the spiritual weight of what others tried to put on you. Your name is clean, your path is clear, and your spirit is whole. Stay with me, because in the next part you'll begin to see how heaven confirms what's been broken, with signs, with timing, and with the undeniable presence of God. What once felt like delay was actually precision, and you'll see the signs soon. You've wondered if you were behind, if you missed it, if you waited too long, if the window closed, then you were left outside. But Archangel Michael speaks now and says, you are not late. You are in divine rhythm. Heaven's timeline does not match the world's urgency. God doesn't rush like people do. He doesn't panic when something takes time. He doesn't abandon what he starts. You were never forgotten. You were being aligned. Even when it felt like silence, heaven was counting the steps, watching the tears, arranging the timing. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Not before, not after, in its time. That includes your healing, your restoration, your breakthrough, your calling, your family, your next step. There are things you prayed for years ago that are only now about to open, not because you were ignored, but because now is when they fit. Heaven's math is not man's clock. What felt like delay was really design. And now the signs are coming. Archangel Michael reveals the spiritual realm has already shifted. The door is already unlocked. And now confirmation is about to find you. You'll begin to see signs in ways that seem ordinary, but your spirit will know they're divine. A number that keeps repeating. A word someone says that echoes your prayer. A light flicker in a quiet room. A name that appears twice in one day. A song that speaks exactly what you couldn't explain. A moment of peace so sudden it brings you to tears. These are not accidents. They are indicators. Proof that heaven's timing has reached you. Let your heart settle in this truth. You are not too late. You're actually right on time. Doors you once begged to open are now opening without a knock. Conversations you prayed for will come looking for you. The opportunity that once ignored you will now recognize your name. Why? Because the time is now. The version of you that's standing here today is the one heaven was waiting for. Not the insecure version, not the tired version, not the wounded one, but the healed whole awake you. The one who understands peace, the one who's been refined, the one who's ready. Say this with me: I align with divine timing. I no longer chase what's mine. The signs will confirm I'm right on schedule. Let those words sink in. This moment is not just the result of your faith, it's the evidence of heaven's precision. You didn't find this message. This message found you. Because the hour had come, because the seal had been opened, because your name had been marked. And now you'll see the signs. They'll show up softly, not with fanfare, but with clarity. So pay attention to the sky, to the clock, to the names you hear, to the sensations in your body, to the nudges in your soul. Heaven is speaking in whispers, and you're ready to listen. Say this again: I will see the signs. And when I do, I'll say, thank you, God. Because it was never too late. It was always divine timing. Archangel Michael confirms the indicators are not for entertainment. They are for instruction. They are confirmation that heaven's movement has reached your timeline. And when you see them, document them. Write them down. Journal the moments. Because they'll come fast, and they'll build something powerful. A memory bank of alignment. So when doubt tries to return, you'll have evidence. You'll say, I remember the moment the number appeared. I remember the light shift in my room. I remember the dream, the name, the breeze, the warmth, the tears. I remember how I felt, and I'll never forget. Heaven gives signs, not because we're weak in faith, but because we're walking in relationship. And God loves to leave reminders, just like any good father, just like any devoted protector. He leaves traces of his voice, so you'll never wonder if he was near. Now pause with me. If this message has reached you, if something inside of you knows it was for you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with 3 others who need protection, who need healing, who need to know they're not behind, not just to spread content, but to spread confirmation. Because when you share what's sacred, you activate someone else's deliverance. Say it out loud: I'm not late. I'm aligned. God's time is perfect. And the signs are on their way. This is your moment to rest. Not because everything is done, but because everything is ready. You've been planted. Now you rise. You've been prepared. Now you walk. You've been refined. Now you're released. Stay with me. Because in the next part, we're not just talking about timing, we're talking about what healing looks like when it covers not only your life, but your entire family line. Heaven didn't subtract, it refined. Some departures were so quiet, you didn't realize it was divine. Others were so loud, you thought you did something wrong. But Archangel Michael speaks now: you did nothing wrong. This was not rejection. It was alignment. You felt the ache, the loss, the confusion. Why did they stop calling? Why did that door close so suddenly? Why did the friendship that felt lifelong suddenly fracture? Why did the connection dissolve without a reason? Because heaven stepped in before sabotage could. There are people whose timelines were not meant to be attached to yours long term. There are alliances that would have drained your destiny dry. There are names that heaven allowed for a season, but not for your rising. John 15:2 says, "Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes that it may bear more fruit." Pruning feels like pain, but it's actually protection. You thought their presence made you stronger, but God knew their absence would make you fruitful. He saw the root, he heard the motives, he read the future, and he cut it not to punish you, but to preserve you. You are not abandoned. You are being positioned. You are not forgotten. You are being protected. Archangel Michael reveals, this wasn't about who left. It was about what had to be cleared so heaven could move. Some relationships were sandbags tied to your ankles while God was preparing you to fly. Their loyalty wasn't love. Their closeness wasn't covenant. Their presence wasn't peace. And God, who loves you fiercely, intervened. The betrayal wasn't a failure. It was a filter. And heaven filtered out what could not go with you. Some losses are sacred. They are blessings in disguise. They are heaven's way of clearing your path without asking for your permission. It hurt. You cried. You asked why. But now can you feel it? The atmosphere has changed. The weight is lighter. The confusion is fading. And in the stillness, something divine is becoming visible. A pattern, a purpose, a precision. God didn't just remove, He refined, He pruned, He aligned. Every closed door was a redirection. Every silence was a shield. Every goodbye was a beginning. Say this with me: God, thank you for every relationship you ended, even the ones I tried to hold on to. I trust your timing. I trust your pruning. I trust that you see what I cannot. You are not alone now. You are aligned now. The empty spaces you're still grieving are about to be filled with people who carry peace, who speak truth, who see you as heaven sees you. And they will not leave when storms rise. Archangel Michael says, you are surrounded by better now, even if your eyes haven't seen it yet. Because the spiritual realm shifted before your physical realm did. And even if the room feels empty, the atmosphere is full of promise, full of light, full of preparation. There are replacements you haven't met yet, connections still on the way, divine partnerships coming without pain. You didn't miss out. You didn't mess up. You didn't ruin it. You were rescued before the damage could touch your destiny. Repeat this with me now. I am not grieving rejection. I am thanking God for protection. Every person who left made space for what was meant. This is not bitterness. This is understanding. This is perspective. This is closure. Let your heart breathe. Let your mind release what you thought you had to fix. Let your soul unclench. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too slow. You are just being separated for something sacred. And now heaven opens wide the next chapter. But before we step through, let us honor the growth. Because it takes courage to stay when people leave. It takes faith to trust silence. It takes strength to keep walking when all you hear is your own footsteps. But you did. You didn't give up. You didn't quit. You didn't curse the exit. And that's why the next part of your story is not written in pain. It's written in peace. The circle around your life may be smaller, but it is sanctified. God is not building your life on popularity. He is building it on purpose. The weeding season is over. The refining is done. Now comes the restoration. And as we move into the final part of this message, know this: your endurance has not gone unnoticed. Your wounds have not gone untreated. Your prayers have not gone unheard. And heaven is not finished. Not yet. What's coming next is the seal, the covering, the gentle whisper that says, you made it, you're safe, you're loved. Stay with me. Part 12 is your sanctuary, your soft place to land, your confirmation that the healing is sealed. You can rest now, because the healing has begun, and the protection is sealed. This is the moment where you exhale, where the ache softens, where your soul begins to understand that you are not alone, not forgotten, not late. You are covered. Archangel Michael bows now, not as a farewell, but in honor. You endured. You stayed. You listened. And heaven took notice. This was not just a message. It was a visitation. A moment divinely appointed so that your name would be called, your pain would be seen, and your protection would be reactivated. Psalm 121:8 says, the Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. That means every step, every tear, every night where you felt invisible was under divine surveillance. You were never without a covering, even in silence, even in doubt. Even when you asked, where is God in this? He was there. He was shielding. He was rerouting. He was gathering the healing you now feel beginning to move through your body, your breath, your home. Heaven did not miss your breaking point. Heaven waited until now to remind you you are held. Held by mercy, held by purpose, held by something greater than the chaos that tried to bury you. Archangel Michael stands in the space between your past and your future, sword at his side, light around his wings, and says, "It is sealed." What tried to harm you has no access now. What tried to follow you has been dismissed. What tried to rise again has been cast down. You are sealed. You are not too late, not too broken, not too far gone. The healing has touched your name. It has touched your family. It has touched your future. Even now, the air around you is changing. It feels lighter, quieter, almost sacred. Because something holy has just been placed on your life. A mark, a covering, a silence that sings, "You made it." And you're not going back. You don't need to force it. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to fight anymore. Just breathe. This peace is your inheritance. This rest is your right. This safety is your promise. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tension leave your jaw. Let the pressure fall off your mind. You are safe. You are covered. You are loved. Not one of those words is a cliche. Each one is a banner hung over your life by the hands of heaven itself. You are not behind. You are in divine timing. You are not forgotten. You are engraved on the palm of God's hand. You are not weak. You are being restored. Tonight is different, not because of what you heard, but because of what was released. Protection, healing, wholeness, restoration. Let it settle over you like a blanket. Let it warm your atmosphere. Let it flood every room in your home. Declare this softly: my home is covered. My body is covered. My thoughts are covered. My tomorrow is covered. Heaven heard you. And this time, it answered with a seal. No more fear. No more second guessing. No more replaying what they said, what they did, what you lost. That chapter is closed. You are not in the middle of the storm anymore. You are on the other side of it. You crossed through. You withstood. You were refined. And now you are resting. The silence you feel is not emptiness. It's peace. The stillness is not absence. It's presence. And the quiet whisper in your spirit, it's an invitation. Come back tomorrow. This is your sanctuary. Not a place, but a presence. Not a performance, but a resting place for your soul. This space is here for you again and again. Every time you feel weak, every time the world overwhelms, every time the night feels long, this sanctuary will speak peace again, and heaven will meet you here. You are not just passing through. You are anchored now, and healing continues even in your sleep. Archangel Michael will remain. The covering will not lift. The seal is eternal. So sleep now, softly, fully. Knowing this, you are protected. You are sealed. You are loved.